I'm Monty Francis with INTA TV, and joining me now is Peter Cheung. He is Director of Hong Kong's Intellectual Property Department. Mr. Cheung, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Monty. Welcome all to Hong Kong.
I was going to say, this must be exciting for you having the INTA annual meeting here in Hong Kong this year.
That's right. It's a privilege for Hong Kong to be chosen as the venue for holding the 2014 INTA annual meeting. It reflects that Hong Kong may be considered as a gateway to China, particularly to other parts of Asia.
Now, Hong Kong is one of the world's most important financial hubs, and you've also been promoting Hong Kong as an IP trading hub. So what makes Hong Kong a good location as a global IP trading hub?
Well, Hong Kong has got its city capital, is a hub for many other things. In addition to the human capital that we have got, Hong Kong has also got the structural capital. Now, what does that mean? It means that Hong Kong abides by the rule of law. Our tax regime is pretty low, and there is no foreign exchange control. And then we are bilingual. We speak Chinese and English. And more importantly, Hong Kong is part of China.
Can you tell us a little bit about the Hong Kong government's IP trading hub strategy?
Our strategy is to develop a user-friendly environment for all stakeholders of the international intellectual property community. That apart from doing the application registration of intellectual property rights, there is a need to monetize intellectual property. We don't want these patents, designs, trademarks to be just a paper sitting in a shelf, not used. It's very important to commercialize and monetize intellectual property. Our strategy is to identify the international intellectual property trading trend so that people can recognize the trend and capitalize on it. In Hong Kong, there are many Hong Kong-based IP intellectual property trading platforms. I welcome all INTA members to think about using Hong Kong's IP trading platforms to commercialize and monetize their intellectual property rights, either by themselves or on behalf of their clients.
Do you have a message for the more than 8,500 trademark professionals that are here in Hong Kong for the meeting this year?
Yes. Among the smart networking that they will do, they have to think about how to monetize their intellectual property, particularly about the trading of trademarks themselves. Why Hong Kong? This is happening because trademarks, among other intellectual property rights, is easier to trade. Protection can be perpetual, and then it's very easy to check the proprietorship of trademark owners, and then the kind of due diligence to be done would be a lot easier. And then Hong Kong has a long history of protecting trademarks. It all started in 1874, even a few years before the establishment of INTA.
Do you have any advice for first-time visitors to Hong Kong?
All right, for first-time visitors to Hong Kong, it depends on where you are staying. If you are staying on the Hong Kong side, I would suggest you would take a tram. Try to feel the pulse of Hong Kong, in addition to the sights and sounds. And then if you are staying on the Kowloon side, then you go to the Tsim Sha Tsui area, that is the promenade, and try to enjoy the good view of the fragrant harbour. And then if you want to have both, the best of both worlds, then by all means, take a ferry. All right, take a ferry from either side of the harbour and try to enjoy yourself and make your stay in Hong Kong more enjoyable.
What kind of activities does your office have happening here at the meeting this year?
Yes, for my office, we'll co-organize a Hong Kong reception. We would conclude a memorandum of understanding with INTA, trying to build capacity to get better support to achieve the common goals. We will also co-organize with INTA in an Unreal campaign, the objective of which is to encourage particularly the youngsters, all right, to get real. Don't buy counterfeits, and try to pledge that they will not buy anything that is illicit, and then try to be a good citizens of the world.
Mr. Cheung, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Monty. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.